Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to make the matching top to our flower beaded fringe skirt. So today we're going to use this as the base color, which is maroon, and then we shall have some pop of color when it comes to the flowers. This design has two different types of flowers. There's the small flower and then the bigger flower. The smaller flower rests on the straps and the bigger flower is placed on the main body. So we shall be learning how to make these two flowers within this video. And then for the materials, I use this yarn. It's called Seagull. It's a 4-ply acrylic yarn and it is a light fingering weight yarn. So I'll be doubling my strand to achieve the look that I'm going for. So the best substitute yarn for those of you who don't want to use a double strand, you can use a DK weight yarn. And for that you'll use a single strand, and I needed just about 2 balls to make the whole piece, which is a total of 600 yards. And if you're using a single strand, it will be around 300 yards. If you're a bigger size, maybe 3 balls should be enough, but I'm making for a size small. And then you also need a measuring tape, a pair of scissors, a 4mm crochet hook, a darning needle, and some stitch markers. These are a must. And yeah, this is a made to measure design, so you can make it to any size of your choice. And if you'd like the written pattern, it's already available on all my online shops. We already have a matching skirt on the channel, as well as a written pattern for it, so don't miss to make the full set for yourself if you wish. And let's dive right into the tutorial. So as I had mentioned earlier on, I'm using a double strand. So you're going to get your 4mm crochet hook and make a slip knot, and you're going to make a chain that can wrap around your full bust minus 4 inches when stretched. So the bust circumference that I am considering is 32 inches, so I'm going to make a chain of 28 inches when stretched. Make sure your chain is not so tight, because we have to go back into these chains later on. Alright, so for me, I started with 100 chains, and this can fully stretch to 28 inches, which is 4 inches less than the bust circumference that I am making for. So we're going to go on to row 1, and we're going to be using a half double crochet stitch for the body of our top, which is the base of our design before we place the flowers onto it. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the second chain from the hook, which is this one. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. So that's our very first half double crochet. Yarn over, go into the second chain, the next chain, sorry. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. Yarn over, go into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So those are half double crochet stitches, and you're going to place 1 half double crochet in each and every chain across your foundation chain. So this is, all right guys, I'm coming to the end of the row 1, and my light is off, my power is off, so I'm using a torch from a phone. So I'm still continuing to place 1 half double crochet in each and every chain, until the very last chain. So this is what you'll have. Your stitches are going to look exactly like this. This is row 1 of placing 1 half double crochet in each and every chain of the foundation chain. Now we're going on to row 2. You're going to make a chain of 1. This doesn't count as anything, and turn your work. You're going to yarn over, go into the very first stitch with a half double crochet, and by now you know how to half double crochet. You yarn over, go into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all. And you're going to repeat that all the way across until the end of the row. And this is the row that we are going to keep repeating until you have enough coverage from the top of your bust to the base of your bust, or however long you want your top to be. So for me, I am going to consider from the armpit all the way to the under bust. That's the measurement that I'll be considering for this piece. I'm going to keep growing my piece, repeating row 2 again and again until I have a rectangle that can cover from my armpit, which is the top of the bust, all the way to the under bust. And then I'll be back to let you know how many rows that I ended up doing and how many inches. All right, so you're going to make as many rows as you wish for your top to completely cover your bust. This is a total of 20 rows to make a thickness of about 6 inches, because I'm making for a small size. So 6 inches, and then this could wrap around the bust minus 4 inches. So that's what I considered. So once you get the thickness of the top that you want, you're going to make a chain of 1. So after your chain of 1, you're going to cut your yarn and pull through. Now we're going to go ahead and make our flowers that are supposed to sit here. All right, now to make the flower design, I'm going to be demonstrating with this pink color. Some of the flowers are pink, some are maroon, some are cream. So you're going to decide which color that you want for your flowers. So I'm going to demonstrate one flower, and then you're going to just follow the instructions for all the other flowers for as many times as you want. So for the flower, you're going to start off with a magic ring, and then pull through, hold, chain 1, and this doesn't count as anything. This is just to close off the magic ring. And then you're going to make a chain of 3, and that will count as our very first double crochet. Sorry for the birds outside. So I have made first double crochet here, and I'm going to make a total of 15 more double crochets into the magic ring. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's the first one. So we want 15 more double crochets when we haven't counted the chain 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I have the chain of 3 and 15 more double crochets into the magic ring. So that brings me to a total of 16 double crochets, including the chain 3 that counts as a double crochet. So you should have a total of 16 double crochets. Now you're going to pull on the tail of the magic ring to close up the circle that was in between the stitches. And then you're going to go on top of the chain 3, the first chain 3 of the round, and you're going to make a slip stitch. So you just insert your hook and pull through all. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through all. That's a slip stitch. And this is what you're going to have. This is a total of 16 stitches. So at this point, you're going to decide whether you want a different color for the center of the flower. And if that's what you want, then at this point, you're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn and attach your new color. For my demonstration, I'm going to be using just 1 color for the full flower. 2. And for round 2, you're going to start off with a chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this counts as a double crochet, chain 5. You're going to skip over the next stitch, and into the next you're going to place a double crochet. Chain 5. Skip the next stitch and double crochet into the next. Chain 5. Skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next. So you're going to repeat that until you have only 1 stitch left on your round. 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next. So we are laying a foundation where we're going to create the ruffles of the flower. So chain 5, skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next. Chain 5. Skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 5. Skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next. So this will bring us to only 1 stitch left on our round, and so far we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain 5 spaces. So we are going to create our last chain 5 space by chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skip over that last stitch of the previous round, and you're going to count from the base of the chain 8, 1, 2, and into the third you're going to insert your hook and pull through all. That's a slip stitch. So you slip stitch into the third chain of the first chain 8, counting from the base of the chain. So this is what you'll have. This is the foundation where we're going to create the ruffles that create that beautiful flower. So to start on the flower, you're going to slip stitch in the very first chain 5 space. You're going to just slip stitch there once and then make a chain of 3, which counts as a double crochet. Now you're going to go into this chain 5 space with a total of 9 more double crochets to make a total of 10, since the chain 3 counts as a stitch. So I want a total of 9 double crochets in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this brings us to a total of 10 if we count the chain 3 as one of the stitches. And now we are going to go into this. You're going to turn your work to the side, and you're going to go into this space and place a total of 10 double crochets. So just hold your work like this, try to fold it over like this, and around that double crochet, that in that space, that's where we're placing our 10 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once you place your 10 double crochets in that double crochet, this is what we are going to have. You can see the curve. All right, after double crocheting 10 times around the double crochet here, So remember, we have 9 here, and then the chain 3, and then 10 into the double crochet space here. You're going to fold your work, and now we are going to slip stitch into the next chain 5 space, just like this. And after your slip stitch, you're going to make a chain of 3 and repeat the sequence. So after your chain of 3 into the chain 5 space, you're going to place 9 more double crochets. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that means this is a total of 10, including the chain 3 that counts as a stitch. And then you're going to go around the next double crochet from the previous row or round, and you're going to place 10 double crochets in there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And once you're done placing the double crochets along or around the double crochet from the previous round, you're going to fold your work, create that ruffle, and then slip stitch into the next chain 5 space. Make a slip stitch there, and then make a chain of 3, and repeat the same exact process. So after the chain of 3 into the chain 5 space, you place a total of 9 double crochets, and then 10 double crochets along and around the double crochet from the previous round, and then fold over your work to create this ruffle, and then into the next chain 5 space you slip stitch, chain 3, and keep doing that. You'll see that the ruffles are going all the way around the flower design until you get towards the end of the round, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so we've made it all the way around. I still have one more double crochet where we're going to wind up our round. I wanted to do the last part of the flower with you guys. So after working around this second last double crochet, I'm going to fold my work and then slip stitch into the chain 5 space, just like we've been doing before, and it will create a curve here. Chain 3, 9 double crochets into the last chain 5 space, because now we are winding up. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So after your 9 double crochets, you're going to go around this last double crochet. So you fold over your work like this, and then go into the double crochet space with a total of 10 double crochets, just like we've been doing before. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once you place your last 10 double crochets into the last double crochet of the round, now you're going to go into here where the slip stitch is. You're going to place a slip stitch there to wind up. Just make a slip stitch there at the beginning of the round, and then make a chain of 1. Make sure your work is secure enough, and after this you can cut off your yarn. And let's see what we have, guys. You can see this beautiful flower. It has a 3D effect. It's made of like some kind of ruffles, and now you can get rid of this tail, the one at the end of the round, not the one in the middle that's attached to the magic ring. That one, don't get rid of it, because we need it to attach the flower onto our garment. So I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't need it. And then at the back, this is exactly what we have. And this tail is going to act as something that we're going to attach onto our garment. So you're going to go ahead and feel free to make as many flowers as you wish. All right, guys, you're going to make several of these flowers in any colors of your choice that you feel like match the background color. So for this case, the background color is maroon, and I have some maroon flowers as well, so I'll strategically place them so that we can get a beautiful effect. So now that we know how to make the flowers, we are now going to attach them randomly onto the panels, the panel of the top. So you're going to just find the best way to place the random flowers. Make sure 2 colors of the flowers don't meet at any one point. So this is what we have, and then I can put this one here, I can put this one. So that means you're going to do as many flowers so that you can cover the bandeau top completely. So you can have something that looks like this. Okay, so I think this is fine. All right, so I'll place my flowers like this. This is a total of 7 flowers, and I'm going to go ahead and attach them onto the top that we have at the base. So to do that, you're going to first of all get a small hook that can go through the bead here, and then you're going to get your maroon strand of yarn, a short strand. You can pull it through like this, and you're going to go under the top, put your hook through and pull one of the strands through to the base, and then go onto the opposite side and do the same. Pull the second strand onto the base of the top. Now you can turn it around and make a knot. Then you're going to cut off the excess yarn at the back of the top. So just like that, we've attached our very first flower. You're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing. All the flowers are going to have a red bead in the middle. So the color that you use to attach is going to depend on the color of the midsection of the flower. As you can see here, we have pink, so I'll be using a pink strand, and I push it to the back, go through the bead, and then pull through this pink color to the back of the top. And then onto the opposite side and pull through the second strand so that you have 2 strands here. Then you can go ahead and tie a knot. Okay. Now you're going to go ahead and keep doing this for all the flowers. All right, now you're going to identify the exact middle of your top. For me, this is the stitch with the crochet hook, and then you're going to count 15 stitches away from this exact middle stitch. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 and 15, and then into the next stitch and the next 5 stitches. That's where we're going to attach our strap. So I'm going to count 5 stitches away from the 15th stitch. So 1 2 3 4 5, and in that 5th stitch I'm going to attach my yarn. So we are creating a strap just like you see this one. I'm going to just repeat the same exact process. So you count 15 stitches away and then count 5 more stitches and attach your yarn. This is because I'm right-handed, that's why I'm doing this. So you're going to attach your yarn in that stitch where you have placed your crochet hook or the stitch marker, and then you're going to have double crochet in the same exact stitch, and then have double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1 2 3 and 4. So that makes a total of 5 half double crochets. So this is how thick the base of our strap is going to be. Chain 1, turn your work, and half double crochet once in each of the 5 stitches from the previous row. This is row 2 of the strap, and you're going to keep repeating row 2. Chain 1, turn your work, 1 half double crochet in each stitch from the previous row. So keep repeating this until you have a total of 20 rows for the strap, and then I'll meet you back and show you how to do this kind of strap towards the end of the strap. So we are just trying to lay a foundation where we are going to attach the smaller flowers of our top, those little flowers. We're trying to create a platform where we can attach those small flowers of the top. So keep working your half double crochet rows until you have a total of 20, and then I'll be back to show you what to do next. All right, so I have made 20 rows, and this measures about 7 inches without stretching. When stretched, it goes to about 9 inches. So we're now going to transform this big strap into a smaller strap. So to do this, you're going to make a chain of 1, turn your work, insert your hook into the first stitch, pull up a loop, and into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all, and then half double crochet into the next stitch, and then insert your hook into the second last stitch, pull up a loop, and then into the last stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the 3. and then you're going to make a chain of 3, turn your work, skip the next stitch and double crochet into the last stitch. So we're going to go onto this kind of strap, so you're going to make a chain of 3 and double crochet into the space between the 2 stitches below. So chain 3, double crochet in between the 2 stitches below. So this is going to lengthen our strap, and we want a total of 20 segments for this part. Chain 3, double crochet in between the 2 stitches below. So you can make this as long as you want. Alright, so when you get the length of the strap that you want, you're going to just make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn. Pull through. Now that's how to make the strap. You're going to go ahead and make your second strap so that you have 2 straps that look like this. Alright guys, now that we know how to make the big flower, I'm going to show you how to make the smaller flower that's supposed to go onto the straps. So for the smaller one, you're going to start off with a magic ring, just like we did for the bigger flower. Grab your working yarn, hold, make a chain of 1 to close off the magic ring. This doesn't count as anything. Now you're going to make a chain of 3, 1, 2, and 3, and that counts as our very first double crochet. You're going to go into the magic ring with a total of 7 more double crochets this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we shall have a total of 8 double crochets, counting the very first chain 3 as one of the double crochets. And then you're going to close off the magic ring, pull it tight, and you're going to slip stitch on top of the first chain 3 of the round. So my stitches are a bit tight, but that's fine. Just make sure you place a slip stitch on top of the first chain 3 of the round. Insert your hook and pull through all. And you're going to have something that looks like this. Now we're going on to round 2. You're going to make a chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that counts as a double crochet, chain 5. You're going to skip over the next stitch and double crochet into the next. Chain 5, skip over the next stitch and double crochet into the next. Chain 5, skip the next stitch and double crochet into the next. So this you'll be left with only 1 stitch, and you're going to make a chain of 5 and skip over that last stitch, which is this one, and slip stitch into the 3rd chain of the first chain 8, counting from the base. So 1, 2, into the 3rd, you're going to make a slip stitch. So for round 2, you're going to have a total of 4 chain 5 spaces. So we have this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now we're going to go onto the petals. You'll see your work kind of folding like this, but that's okay. That's exactly what it's supposed to be. So you're going to slip stitch into the chain 5 space once, and then make a chain of 3, which counts as our very first double crochet. So you remember how we worked these petals for the bigger flower? We're literally going to repeat the same exact thing. So into this space, you're going to make a total of 9 more double crochets. This is the second one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we are going to go around this next double crochet. So go into the double crochet space with a total of 10 double crochets. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So just like that, we are done with the very first petal. Now you're going to fold this, the last 10 stitches, just fold them into half, and into this space, the next chain 5 space, you're going to place a slip stitch once and then make a chain of 3, which counts. So this chain of 3 counts as our very first double crochet, and then you're going to go into that same chain 5 space with a total of 9 more double crochets to make a total of 10 double crochets into this space. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, including the chain 3 at the beginning of the petal. And then into this space, the double crochet space, you're going to go around that double crochet with a total of 10 double crochets. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that marks the end of our second petal. You're going to fold over the previous 10 double crochets into half, and then slip stitch into the next chain 5 space, and we're going to repeat the same exact process for our third petal. So you can see the 3D effect being created. Chain 3, 9 more double crochets into the chain 5 space, and then into the double crochet space around the next double crochet, just go into that space with a total of 10 double crochets. All right, so we are done with this. And then you're going to slip stitch into the very last chain 5 space, and then make a chain of 3, and into the same space you're going to go in there with a total of 9 double crochets. All right, so we have our 9 more double crochets into the same space, and around the last chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, that space you're going to go in there with a total of 10 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once you have your 10 double crochets, you're going to fold that part of the 10 double crochets into half, and then you're going to slip stitch into that space where you place the very first slip stitch of the petals, and then make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn. So for the small flower, you're going to end up with a total of 4 petals, as opposed to the big flower, which had a total of 8 petals, and your small flower is going to look something like this. So these are the small flowers that are going to be placed on the straps of our top, and you can see they are quite small. We didn't want to create a bulky look for the flowers that are going to go onto the straps. So you're going to make several of these, and then we shall see where to use them later on in the video. So just for me, I did a total of 6 small flowers, but you can go ahead and make 8 as long as you have the same exact number of flowers on each and every strap. That should be fine. So I did 3 on one end and 3 on the second strap, and that was okay for me. So if you want to do the same exact as mine, go ahead and make 5 more of these. You can play around with colors, you can use any colors of your choice and make a multicolored effect. So let's go back onto attaching the flowers onto our top. Now you're going to introduce your smaller flowers, and we're going to attach them to the straps of our top. Alright, so we're going to get our smaller flowers and we're going to put them along the straps, the thicker part of the strap, as you can see here, so that we can cover the strap entirely. So from here, you're going to turn your work to the back and attach the same exact way that we did for our bigger flowers, but this time around we are not going to have beads in between. So you're going to just have short strands of yarn and pink, and you're going to use the same exact colors. You can push your hook through and grab one of the strands to the back, and then skip a few stitches and push your hook through to grab the second strand. And just like that, you're going to make sure that this doesn't distort the shape of the flower, and you're going to tie it at the back of the strap or on the wrong side of the top. Just like that, we are done. So we shall get rid of these loose ends of the flowers later on. So we're going to get our next flower and attach it the same exact way that we've done this one. Alright, so our very first strap is done. We've attached the flowers. You can go ahead and get rid of the loose ends on the flowers as well. I'm going to just make a double or a triple knot and get rid of these loose ends on the last round of the flower. And this is what you're going to be left with. So you're going to repeat the same exact process for this side. you get the smaller flowers and attach them onto the strap, just like we've done for the very first strap, and then we shall see what to do next. Okay, so after attaching your flowers, I'm still attaching some in the middle spaces, those blank spaces. I'll fill them in later on. So I'm going to create loops on the edge of my top where I'm going to lace up a strap at the back of the top. So I'm going to go into each and every row, attach your yarn and go into each and every row with a single crochet stitch. So continue to single crochet all the way down. Okay, so once you're done with this, cleaning up the edge with a single crochet row, now you're going to make a chain of 1 and turn your work into the very first stitch. You're going to make a single crochet, then make a chain of 2, skip over the next stitch and single crochet into the next. That way we have created a loop here, and then single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches to make a total of 5 single crochets after this very first loop. And then make a chain of 2, skip 1 stitch and single crochet into the next. We've created a second loop and single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches to make a total of 5 single crochets after the previous loop. Then make a chain of 2, skip 1 stitch and single crochet into the next, and keep doing this all the way across, and make sure that you end with a loop. When you have 2 stitches left, you're going to make a chain of 2, skip over the second last stitch and into the last you're going to go in there with 1 single crochet. Then you're going to make a chain of 1 and turn your work, single crochet in each single crochet, and into the loop you're going to place 3 single crochets, and then into the single crochet stitches you're going to place 1 single crochet into each. Then when you get to the next loop, you place 3 single crochets into the loop, just to emphasize it and make it more visible for the lace up at the back of the top. So continue to do this all the way to the end of the row. Okay, so this is what we have. I have a total of 4 loops along my top, and you're going to make a chain of 1 and you're going to cut your yarn, pull through. This is what you're going to have. You're going to repeat the same exact process on the opposite side. So alright, so you're going to turn your work to the back side and fold it over, and then you're going to make a very long chain that's going to lace up into the loops that we just created. So you're going to go into these loops that we've created on the edges of the top, and make sure your drawstring is balanced, and then you're going to continue to lace it up into the loops that are running down the sides of the top. Better. Alright, so after lacing up the back, you're going to just make a knot at the back of the top, and that's basically it. You're going to go ahead and attach some more flowers if you wish, and that marks the end of this tutorial. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.